Welcome back to Rudniki, episode 15. On today's episode, we got a couple things to do. We have to get some barley planted, which I think we're going to do that first. I'll drop off the subsoiler. But we got to subsoil our alfalfa field, because I think I just have a feeling we don't get as much out of alfalfa. Obviously, it'd be probably worth more if we were to sell it. But we need to actually get some grass going for our cows. Well, it's half full, our shed already, but it'd be nice to get that topped up before we buy the cows. I mean, you know, it'll save us some time. And I guess it depends on how much we buy. We might not need that much. But we might as well take the... You know, it's not a hindrance right now when we don't have them. We can save up a bunch of grass. Let's see. So we gotta actually switch just to regular barley. Winter, there we go. We'll turn it on. Let me put some lines down to make it easy. We'll probably do just a couple. Maybe like that should work. Alright. And then I think we should be good to go here. We did buy the soil information, correct? Let's double check that under precision farming. Yep. It is. So we'll head on down. We'll probably also have to get this slurried. So we actually have a full episode today. Time we do this, get that subsoiling over there. We got to plant grass over there. Get some slurry down in this field. And then March, April. We're going to start going into... We'll have to see how the grass is going to... Our grass around our farm area is going to do, because that was getting really big last year. I think we're going to look into... There's a couple options we could do on mowers. I definitely... If we decide to mow and then... We probably should just get a regular mower that has like a back thing on it. And then we can take that and put it into our cow pen. And then we can get, obviously, food for them. So it's like you're hitting two birds with one stone. We're making our property look decent. And then we're also taking care of the cows' meals. Otherwise, there was that other mulcher we could get. It would be a lot bigger working with, but it would just disappear. We ain't getting anything out of it. So I think, yeah, there's a riding lawnmower, and then there's actually a couple. There's a zero turn and a regular lawnmower. We have to figure out which one we want to get. That'll probably be in a future episode, because I don't think it'll take a few months before stuff gets real tall like that. We're actually going to be like dying to need it, but nonetheless, we have a plan. Last little row here, and then we'll take a peek at the field and see what the stuff looks like. Oh yeah, we were supposed to start looking at doing lime at some point too. I totally forgot about that. Totally forgot. So yeah, we got nitrogen bad. It does say the pH is okay. 5.5. That's actually... Oh yeah, that is alright. I didn't even think it was that bad over here, but I guess that pH is that sensitive. 5.37. We'll have to look at getting a lime spreader as well. Lime is really cheap though, so that should be quite alright to purchase. So now, we either got to get going with slurry, or we could probably put a worker off too if we wanted to. Make a little time here. So they could do that while we do the slurry. What is the requirements on the subsoiler? Or horsepower? 130, so that's, yeah, it's even more than this. We could put that off on a worker on the Zader. And then we'll take the farmall, and then we can get slurrying that field while they do the plowing over here. I think they'll be alright. There's kind of a buffer between that field and the shed there, so they should be able to do it. Maybe I'll have them start in the center and then work their way out. So we'll start with, yeah, up and down. AI worker, yeah. Have at her. Again, I think they'll be alright. I was thinking about running this field like we could get the field creation with a plow and then run it closer to the shed up there, but I think that little extra area might be nice for, especially if we've got that big pull behind baler. We kind of need the room to turn around. Yeah, I think they should be able to handle this. Easy come, easy go. We got to try the alfalfa, so it was a new experience. Pop these open now. It's nice weather. How's our chickens doing this month? So we got 5 months yet. Yeah, that's like perfect, I think. We'll do another, like I said, another field of barley, and we'll have 2. We can top up that silo pretty good, and then we can start kind of picking and choosing some cash crops to sell. I believe we filled this up, so it should be ready to go. I ended up hitting it with the snow pusher, so it might be jammed in here a little bit. There we go. Excellent. I guess we can go around this way. I guess right over there. We could invest in one of those vegetable planters and harvesters. I mean, it's probably a good playthrough to do it. Small enough where it wouldn't take that much time to do. Let's do steering assist. Yeah, we'll do this one, and then, yeah, we should be pretty good here. We'll probably have to do 2 coats. Oh yeah, we should have actually did a layer of slurry before we plowed, because that would have helped out too. I guess as long as we get it all on there. A lot of stuff to remember when you're doing this for field prep. Anybody that says it ain't is lying. Then if you hit the wrong button, we gotta back up. Alright, we'll leave this here so it's ready to go for next month. What are we at? Yeah, I knew we'd have to do another coat. Growing 1 out of 6. This one is 4 out of 8. That's got more growth stages than the other. That's kind of weird. Oh, they didn't do too bad of a job. They missed a little bit, but we can come back and grab that. That's not too bad. There's some alfalfa here loose on the side. We can, I guess once we pick it up with the baler, it'll turn into the other grass bales. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it'll be nice to get a different tractor. I think this thing struggles so much to get going on a hill like this. Even the farm wall has issues. We'll have to keep an eye on the sales and whatever comes up. If stuff can fit to our playthrough. then so be it. Okay, we'll put the subsoiler back in a good spot over here. I think it should just sit outside. Now we got to get that grass planted immediately so we can get growing and we can get baling. And I think we'll be able to actually next year, we'll probably be able to get some cows. We'll pretty much start to be in cruise control at that point. Let's peek on the sales real quick. Yeah, nothing of use. That's a shame. Be nice if there was a nice tractor that we could upgrade to, and it's a plus to have two, so we can put an AI worker now that we kind of started getting going on things. But yeah, let's just do one headland. We don't need all that. More single straight rows we have, the better. Okay, so we got to switch this to grass. Grass, there we go. Excellent. And we are off. Get the right line. Yep, grass. Going good. Working a bit here in the rain, but we got her done. Another coat of slurry. So we should be good. We're not going to do the grass. We're just going to let that go as is and cut it as much as we need to. Let's put this in the shed, I guess. Park her back here. We'll check on the field state here, see what we got for nitrogen over in the... I was just checking the harvest state over here. 6 out of 8. And this is 2 out of 6. I wonder if you get a bigger yield with that winter barley. Like, what's the advantage? It's like it harvests at the same time, but it takes longer to do it. Yeah, this is really good. 85, 100, some areas. Perfect. The other thing we could maybe look at getting a weeder or something at some point, but I'm not really too worried about it right now. Is there anything in the sales? No, unfortunately not. How does our grass look? We got, what is that, weeds in the grass, or is that, oh, that's part of the road there that we had? Actually, it says the nitrogen's good. Well, it's decent, I should say. pH is bad. Yeah, whatever. We'll just keep cutting it. And that's on growth stage 3 out of 7. So we got a few to go ahead before we can do anything. So I think, how's our greenhouse doing? 2,500. So we got a few months yet before we need to fill it up. Seems like the Napa cabbage doesn't use as much water. 2x water versus, yeah, that was 3x. That was 3x for the chili peppers. Wow, I can definitely tell the difference. And if we get down to these last two items here, I mean, it's even less water for spring onion and strawberry and tomatoes. Yeah, we'll go down the list. Every year we'll just change it out. It's kind of cool to get some different things. Got a pallet of eggs, which is good. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to progress. Let's get the snowplow off the skid steer so it's not sitting here. This actually did work pretty decent, but I think we might look at getting a snow blower in the future. I wonder if there's... No, there's not any for the... in the mod hub. It'd be nice if you get a snow blower on the skid steer. That'd be like perfect. But I don't think I've seen any of those in the mod hub. Alright. Let's advance, get away from the... Oh, our trailer tip back. Alright, the water is getting pretty low. We are in May. Let's top that up. And then I think we'll go ahead another month or two. We can hopefully get a harvest in here before we wrap up the episode. Let's see, we'll use the small tractor for this. The Farmall. Good old Farmall. We'll take a look at the sales here real quick too. Maybe something came in the... popped up that we can use. That would be great. Always looking to advance. We hook her up? A little tilted back. There we go. Yeah, this takes a little bit back and forth, but at least it goes pretty quick. Oh, we gotta change our clothes. Nothing in the sails, just a cloth that would not be able to even fit on the property. That is way too big. Yeah, do we have any, like... something like that's probably fine. Something simple. That's good too. Okay, let's get this filled up. And then I think we'll go to the next month where we're going to be harvesting at some point here. I don't know. I guess we'll probably have to fill up one more time before we... Otherwise, I was going to say we could probably try to park the trailer more this way. So if we have to get by the Bobcat to pick those up... Actually, that's still in the way, ain't it? Kind of hard to get in there to get those pallets at the proper angle. We're supposed to kind of come in this way, I think, because otherwise we just hit the side of this. That's Napa cabbage. Yeah, we might have to just come through, make a way over here. We could put the water trailer over there too if we had to. Something we'll think about. I'll probably just leave this outside, I think. It's the summer months anyway. So we should be good. Okay, I wanted to double check on the field states before we advance. We gotta be getting close here. Which one's gonna be the winner? Okay, that's got one more growth stage, and then... Oh, that's got a few. So yeah, this will actually be ready next month. So we get start on the winter barley. And then the grass. I mean, you can always harvest grass, but we'll wait till towards the end, I think, to do that. Might be nice to get a different mower, too, and get away from the sickle unit. Alright, let's get to June. Alright, welcome to June. Looks like we had some hail through the night. I don't know if we lost any crop or anything. Looks pretty good. Our planter didn't work over here. We should get that patched up. And then we'll get started on the harvest. What does it say for percentage? Expected yield 65. Ready to harvest winter barley. Let me look at the crop calendar. Barley is, the regular barley is next month. And this is, yeah. Interesting. I assume it's a bigger yield if you have winter barley. It's just, it would only seem right. Otherwise, what's the point? I'm just kind of guessing. Yeah, we'll get this patched up. Let's turn this on and drop it down, and then I don't know if it'll overwrite some grass here. But just plant it. Can we see if it's making a difference? Sometimes it's hard to tell with these textures. Let's look at the map. Okay, let's see. Crop. Yeah, we can definitely see a difference. So, once we go over it... Yeah, a lot better. Alright, excellent. We'll get this back. And then we'll get the harvester going. We'll see what we get for a yield. We actually don't even need the wagon probably because we can just drive up to the silo here and unload when you need to. Unless it's a crazy amount. Which I doubt it. Alright. Time to fire up the old yellow. Yeah. She runs. She runs like a champ. Yeah, the next episode we'll probably get that mower and figure out what we're going to do with all that grass. It's still at a decent, you know, length right now, but once it gets bigger, it's going to be a big problem. Let's do that. Are we going to make straw bales? I think we probably really always should. It's a lot of work, but at the same time, it gives us the extra cash, which is what we need. But it is a lot of work. Excellent. So we have, I think, a pretty decent yield. I don't remember what our percentage or hectare was before, but... Alright, let's get at this. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the end. 98%. No, I don't think we will. 19. Yep, that's it. That is it. We'll run up to dump it in. And we'll get this all finished up. Rolls look nice and straight. We'll just shut the swath off for that little bit over there. Now we don't have to worry about it. And I think we should be definitely set on barley for chickens for a year. As long as we don't have any more produce, which we shouldn't. Should be right in here somewhere. There it is. Get our blower all hooked up. So we got another 1900 here. You can find the trigger point. Surprised it's not going right now. We don't want to do unload here because that'll just dump it on the ground. We did this before. Pretty sure. There it is. Very small box. Perfect. We are loading. Oh, it's actually different. Oh no. It says winter barley, so the question is, will it go into this pen? You think it would be for the, this is the asset for this map. They should be able to, I assume it'll just change. It should be able to. Because we had the same issue with the alfalfa hay bales. Or I should say grass bales. And those went in there fine and turned into grass. Little things like that in Farm Sim that you gotta kind of pay attention to. But again, this being in the map, they would have definitely had to have figured that out when they built it. For sure. Okay. Get this last little bit here, and then... Looks like there might be another... Oh, I shouldn't get it all. It looked wider from that angle first, a little bit. Yeah, this needs some mirrors on this cab here so you can kind of see behind us. But I guess we'll just do with what we do. Yeah, then we'll shut the disable straw swath as such, and then we'll grab this little bit here. So we're at 76 liters. Seems like hardly worth it, but we need all we can get, let's be honest. 76, 78. And 82. Excellent. Alright, so let's just go ahead and dump this in right away. So we got an empty tank when we need it. Probably come in like this, maybe, huh? I wonder if the spot is right... Is it possible it's where that gravel is? I think it might be. Okay, so we are up to... Yeah, that's a nice little bit there. Is this field over here going to be ready on the next episode? 4 to 6. Yeah, we'll have to... it'll take a few episodes. In the meantime, we can get this all baled up. And then... We should probably have to start figuring out what we're going to do for another crop. Grass still has a little bit as well. It might be nice to try one of these other new ones, like these Vitch Rye and all this other stuff. And actually, yeah, that plant's later. And then we could just sell it. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We'll pick a interesting crop. Something different to try, and then... Yeah, keep it exciting. Alright, so we're going to leave it there. I'm going to actually put the combine back into the shed because get it out of the way. Because we'll have to wait a few months before we can actually harvest the other field. We can probably leave that blower out, I think, because we don't have to get through. We got our tractor over here and our baler. So we should be pretty good. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.